about that?
There you go.
There we go. There we go. That's why you the co-host, man. You just get on in there, man. And you just shine out like Bud Crawford, man. Just take over the show. Don't be worried about this. You got this.
Amazing Grace Sports Network, August 10th, 2023.
Man, how time flies. Time flies.
Moving. They got smoke behind. There's smoke behind each day. Burning rubber.
Yeah, burning rubber, all right. We're getting older faster. They've been searching for the fountain of youth since Ponce de Leon in Florida, and nothing has happened. Why can't they find that fountain of youth? I'm ready. Yeah. Listen, we got a smorgasbord of things to talk about today, but none of it is about the NBA that I can think of. No, we're going to talk about Major League Baseball for the most part, and the New York Jets, because the New York Jets are on the NFL's Hard Knocks series this year because they got Aaron Rodgers. And listen, we'll delve into that later, but we want to talk about some of the things that happen in baseball. Who were those two guys that got into that disagreement there around second base?
Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez, because I remember he has the same name as Manny, the same last name as Manny Ramirez, and Tim Anderson. And Tim Anderson, man, as Jack Dempsey once said, you got to learn how to duck.
Well, listen, the fight ain't over because somebody getting in the middle of you.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
You better still pay attention.
Dude, you better just, extricate yourself quickly. Don't be standing around like with all this bravado when people are trying to break it up. That's when you get hit. And that's when Tim Anderson got hit. Jose Ramirez put his head down and just threw a roundhouse right and knocked him out.
Right over the referee's shoulder.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I think that part's bad, but it's even worse when you're stumbling when you get up.
Wait, but the cameras were still on him?
Yeah. They had to help him back to the dugout.
That's just not right. He couldn't even participate in the fight, and the fight went on for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. And those doggone, we talked about concussions. I hope you don't have one because they last for 30 days or more.
Yeah, you'll be hearing things. Your head. Remember they talk about your bell being rung?
Yeah, I feel like there's water in your head.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling. Sorry, Tim, but Tim, here's the deal. All right, baseball. You can do baseball, right? But you're gonna have to take up some boxing lessons. Because man, you just kind of you just didn't look good.
And they both squared off like they was about to do something. So.
Yeah, dude squared off like he knew he was doing. Now I'm ready for you, man. Come on, bring it. I still today don't know what started the fight.
Well, he thought he tagged him too hard.
Excuse me?
Yeah, when he slid in under the dude, he thought he tagged him too hard.
You can't be serious.
That was it.
So Jose Ramirez, the guy in the red, that Tim Anderson tagged him with a glove.
With a glove, too hard. He said, we're not in a boxing match. We're in a baseball game. Don't hit me that hard. You know who I am?
Oh, you know what? I would have started. We would have been fighting too. I threw the glove on you. You don't like it. Let's do something about it. But Tim, it's good you felt that way. But yeah, Tim, listen, you had a good stance. But let's see, you got to bring that right. See, your left hand's kind of low. Your right hand's really low, and your left hand is low too. So when he threw that right hand and went right over that left hand, they were supposed to be blocking your and took you out. That's what happened. Did you watch that? I mean, hey, Tim, did you watch that Spence Crawford fight?
Take some lessons on Crawford.
Yes, keep your hands up high, dude, if you're in a fight. You got them all low. See, notice Ramirez has his hands up.
Keep them doggone hands.
See? Notice Ramirez has his hands up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, those things happen. Grown men fight, and then we get over it. We get over
That's
it.
what you got to do. Except when, thousands and thousands of people have seen this. Now, I don't know if I could ever forgive Jose for this until I got him back.
Yeah, oh, come on,
I'm
man. Come
serious,
on, man.
because the more people that watch, the more I gotta hear it, and I'm gonna
Come
get you.
on.
No. I'm just gonna hit
Hey,
you. Listen, while you're going out on the field from the dugout next time we play,
hey,
I'm just
hey,
gonna
that's
body
support.
tackle you and start, just
That's
go at you.
supposed
Just get it
to.
over with. Just get it over.
Hey,
You're gonna have to
hey,
suspend.
you reminded me of something, man. I went to one of my neighbor's funerals the other day. His mom passed away. Condolence to the Rich Chief's family. And I ran into some of the old folks or old heads from the neighborhood. I don't know if you remember, but one day I was working at the limousine company, and this one of the drug boys came down the hill. And now I hear the story. He had lost his ring under Cheryl's car, my sister's car, and he punched her window out.
Woo.
So mom's called me and said, "Hey, Cheryl's outside fussing with one of them dudes from up the hill." So I jumped in the truck and came over to hear it from their side. They said, "All we knew was a black truck pulled up, and you got out, and then all the cops pointed to where the guy was in the cruiser, and you went to the cruiser and commenced to knuckling him up." They was like, after that, we was good, man. We was good. You had a rep on the block, man. Nobody messes with that family. Nobody messes. And then one lady was like, "Yo, I lived at the top of the hill, and I heard about this, and I told my boys to stay away from your house. Don't lean on your fence because I don't want to have to come down there. I don't want to have to." I said, "Y'all are crazy. What are you talking about?" So this other dude that was there, he never spoke to me, Clay, would never speak to me. So one of the guys said, "Hey, you remember Cal? You remember Cal?" So I reached out, extended my hand to shake his hand. So he shook my hand. I said, "Dude," I said, "this dude never liked me." He said, "No, you never liked me." I said, "Come on." I said, I never policed my block. Never, ever. As long as you didn't do it in front of me, you
Right.
didn't do it on my corner, I never policed my block. So you guys can never say I chased you nowhere because I never did it. They was like, yeah, Cal, but you had a reputation, man. You put the knuckles on that dude, man. I was like, these guys are still holding that, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He said it took him 3 weeks before he realized what happened.
They can't mess with your family. That all bets go off on that. Even if you don't police your block, you're not chasing anybody. You know who they are. You're not trying to get involved. But once they involve your family, then all bets fly off the handle quickly. And you really can't be accountable for what happens after that because it's your family.
And that was the precedence we set back in those days. You set the precedent, and you never had to worry. It's not an everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? There's no disrespecting. We respected each other. Everybody was doing different stuff. I just happened to be on the law enforcement side, and they happened to be on the street side, but we didn't cross each other's paths.
No, not, even when you went out and you saw them places, you would just nod your head because you knew them. You knew them and they knew you, but your path didn't cross other than that. But
I just reminded me of that. I'm like,
I'd have to get him back. I'd hold that grudge. Listen, it would be our 15th year in the league. It could be like 10 years from now. I'm going to sneak him. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
Come on, man.
I ain't shaking your hand. You go, no, I ain't shaking your hand. Because there was thousands of people in that park, and then the millions and millions who saw this on television and on video saw me go down. No.
Hey, look. That was for your lack of not paying attention. So
that's right.
Why you want to get them back? You just lost.
Now I'm taking boxing lessons. I'm taking Taekwondo, MMA. Ain't gonna be like this again.
I hope not. But again, you gotta let that one go. He gave the lesson. You took the class.
Yeah, well, I'm getting. Yeah, I'm going for remedial work. How's that? It's gonna be remedial class. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Lorenzen threw the 14th no-hitter in the Philadelphia Phillies history in only his second start with his new team, Philadelphia. And they beat the Washington Nationals 7-0. Lorenzen struck out 5, walked 4, and improved to 2-0 since he was acquired from Detroit at the trade deadline for a minor leaguer. Now, the Red Sox are currently sitting in last place.
Very last.
Very last place. Now, the Yankees and the Red Sox, they fight all the time. They fight over pizza. They fight over who gets to use the bathroom stall first. They fight over who gets to shine who's ever car first. They fight, and now they're fighting for last place in the American League East. Yeah, that's right. Red Sox are, yep, they're tied. They're tied in last place with 59 wins and 55 losses.
Wow.
These
they
guys
really fell apart, man. They fell apart. They're not going to
the new that general manager, Hein Bloom, that they hired 4 years ago, they let Dombrowski, what's his name, Richard Dick Dombrowski go. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to recover.
He had won 2 World Series.
Yeah.
And they let him go.
They're in a position now of the Patriots trying to make a comeback.
Well, the Patriots ain't never going to make a comeback as long as they got Bill Belichick there.
Billy.
That was Tom Brady, baby. That was Tom Brady all the way. But you want to know how far the Red Sox have fallen, okay? Listen to this. The Red Sox used to be in the luxury bracket of the Major League Baseball where they had to pay extra money because they spent money. Well, they ain't got to worry about that now. They ain't spending no money. I mean, they are spending money, but let me give you the top 10. The top 10 are the New York Mets. They spent the most money. Then the New York Yankees. Then San Diego. We're talking about San Diego. San Diego. Los Angeles Dodgers, who you expect to be up there. Okay? The Philadelphia Phillies, the team that picked up that guy from a minor leaguer that threw the no-hitter. Toronto. Atlanta, who's killing everybody this year.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Angels. San Francisco Giants. So it looks like most of the West Coast. San Diego, Dodgers. And then, Texas is in there also in San Francisco. So the Red Sox, they're number 13. They're ahead of Colorado. One space in front of Colorado. Colorado doesn't have any money. The whole state doesn't even have as much as the city of Boston has.
Well,
they're
keeping the money to do the stadium over a few more times.
Fenway Park hasn't been done over. It was built in 1914. Ain't nothing happened to that thing in 109 years.
They paint the outside.
Yeah, they painted that green.
Yeah.
It needs a new coat of green on there.
Yeah. Then they add another deck to it too, didn't they?
Yeah, they called it the bleacher seats. They already had bleachers there. They just made them look a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on underneath it, but they're not doing too much to the structure of it.
A whole lot of rats going on underneath it.
You remember when we did the World Series?
I'm just saying, you know when we had to do the World Series.
Hey, they pay rent too, man. They've been around here forever now.
Those rats have not paid rent.
They've been paying rent for a long time, man. You taking their space, they keep on digging for more.
They just run around. Don't go in the back where the green monster is. Oh man, they're just frolicking back there.
They're everywhere down there, man. It's crazy.
Unbelievable. Sheesh.
Watch your feet.
You know, the Red Sox really aren't that bad. Well, at 59 and 55, okay, in the American League, the Yankees, well, they would be in 7th place in the American League. The problem is they play in the American League East, and the American League East is like the top major division in all of baseball. So you can't come with a 59 and 55 and expect to be viable. That's why the Yankees and the Red Sox are at the bottom of the American League East, but they wouldn't be that far. And in the National League, they'd be in 5th place. I mean, totally, they'd be in 5th place. So they might even I mean, if the Red Sox were playing in the Central Division of the AL East, they'd be in second place. The first place team, the Minnesota Twins, is 60-56.
Wow.
They're only one game ahead of them. So the Red Sox would be viable, but they can't do it in this division. And they ought to stop playing like they can, because they can't. They're getting their butts kicked. The Baltimore Orioles, and I know this sounds coincidental, Baltimore doesn't spend any money. As a matter of fact, Baltimore's so cheap. Where are they on this thing? They're like third up from the bottom. Baltimore spent the least amount of money except for one team, Oakland. And they're in first place. If that, we can say that 91 million is the least. Yeah, they spent 91 million. The Red Sox, on the other hand, spent 216 million for the last place finish. But it gets worse. For all you New York fans, that's right, you New York Yankee fans, you guys have spent 289 million to share last place with us.
And all that money, you can't get a player or players that's willing to play together and win a game. For all that money, so money can buy some things, but it sure can't buy grit players, man.
They had a couple of great players. They had Devers and they had Mookie Betts. They didn't want him.
Yeah, well, Mookie's about to be in the retirement zone now.
Well, yeah, he's going to win another MVP. He's got multiple championships, multiple World Series. I think that was about 4 or 5 years ago, but that's when they started, when they hired Chaim Bloom. Didn't we sign him? Didn't we sign a couple of other players, let him go? Nathan Eovaldi, the guy who won in that World Series, is having a very good year. Eduardo Rodriguez, he also contributed to when they won their last World Series. He's having a very good year this year. So they let a lot of players go rather than do anything.
Yeah, a lot of movement and no winnings.
A lot of movement and going nowhere. What is that when you're treading water? A lot of movement and they're just treading water in this pond, big pond called the American League East, and they don't stand a chance. They're just getting hammered. What are the teams? The teams are the Rays, right? Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Toronto, New York, and Boston. And they're just cleaning New York and Boston's clock. Well, let's move on. There's really nothing to talk about in the NBA, but we wanted to talk about football. Yeah, because football is, well, I think the first preseason game is coming up for the Patriots. They're playing somebody. Yeah, somebody. It's not really going to matter. It's preseason, but they're going to run them out there and see what the rookies are going to do. But the New York Jets are the toast of America right now. They went out and got Aaron Rodgers. And now the New York Jets are so, well, how can we say? They're the team on everybody's lips because they're the team representing the NFL in the Hard Knocks series this season. Yes, I watched it. The New York Jets on Hard Knocks. The New York Jets, who haven't won since 1968. 68. How many years is that? Okay, that's 30, 23, that's 55. Yeah, that's 55 years of existence since the last time the New York Jets won something in the NFL. Well, hope springs eternal.
Hey, and the crazy thing is they got how many teams out there? They got the Jets, the Giants, the Giants.
Well, the Jets and the Giants. They also have the Bills that play in New York.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
They got 3 teams in one state and still ain't winning nothing. What's up with that?
New York is like have you been to New York? You're talking about rats. You're talking about the rats down at Fenway. You don't even want to go to New York. It's getting overrun by 4-legged rats and 2-legged rats.
Man,
it's just a mess down there. They're talking about San Francisco being a mess and LA being a mess. They ain't talking about New York. New York it's in the same mess that LA and San Francisco is in.
thick. It's like a thick feeling. I mean, I was down in Buffalo working for like a couple of weeks, man. And I walked to the store. Them rats would climb up on a chain link fence and just sit on the top of them. And I'm walking right by. I'm like, holy smoke, what's going on here? No fear, man. No fear.
Yes, the New York state of mind has gone downhill.
Well,
It's bad in New York. As a matter of fact, nobody would miss it if it just left the union. People would actually clap.
Everything's so tight there. It's the jungle. It's truly the concrete jungle.
Yeah, New York is in bad shape right now. Yeah. They're in a bad shape, but they only have themselves to blame. I mean, you can't keep doing the same things expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. You know, they cart out all this nice talk about this and that and that and this. No, policies have to change. Fiscal policies have to change. You know, you know, the rich people have left New York. You're broke now. Nobody wants to be there because you taxed them out. You got to think of different ways to do this stuff. And most of all, you got to bring businesses back. You can't keep taxing businesses out. And when you get businesses in there, you have to protect them because they are the employers of the people. If they're not there to employ the people have no jobs. You're thinking it's all backwards. You got to have business in order to have jobs. Government cannot supply jobs. They only get their money from taxes. So fiscal policies have to change there. Will it happen? Well, I wouldn't bet my house on it. Let's just put it that way.
Hey, every time they come with these they've learned to make the mega bucks. They learned to make those numbers turn up in such a way. And then they've made it so that it goes straight to California. You notice that? Remember that one that they had?
Yeah, over a billion.
They pulled it back and said there was a glitch in the system. And then when it came out, it went to California. And everyone after that's been going to California. You ain't going to tell me you don't control that.
Well, yeah, Governor Newsom, he, says all the right things and goes after all the right people that they tell him to go after. So they're going to kick him something. I mean, how that guy is still governor when that state, we watched the tape on it. We watched the tape. We watched the video.
But they're allowing them now to go in stores and steal, and there's no prosecution.
Right. So this is what is happening out in California. They're looting businesses. Businesses won't be able to stay open. And then when they close, you won't have any businesses, Californians. These are the people you keep electing. It sounds good, but look around you. It's and this is before, even this year they was going crazy. People shooting up, and we got the same thing happening in Philadelphia, Chicago. Listen, Baltimore. We don't even want to get into Baltimore. We're going to stay off that subject. But we just want to encourage you to start thinking differently, people. Okay, the people that are promising you all this utopia, look around. Does it look like utopia to you?
It don't look like Ethiopia.
It looks like it's barren. We're coming up on barrenness, and so.
Well, you just said it. I mean, no business. You get nobody has no work. Everybody sits around and just kill each other. It's just crazy. Then it's way too much time on your hands.
Way too much time. You gotta get America back to work. And Americans, and we're speaking to you, Black Americans, we have to unite. Not unite just Black people. No, we have to unite as Americans. Because we're all in this together. We gotta work together, guys. And we have to try to make an effort to get this thing done. Because we're only hurting ourselves. In all this rage and craziness. It's a psychological trick. So you gotta let all that resentment and hate that they tell you it's okay to have, you gotta let it go. You have to let it go because it's a trick. Because the more that they can anger you and keep you emotionalized, the more fight you will have in your community. And your communities will look like, well, Chicago, Detroit, DC, Philadelphia. All that rage. And you're gonna be taking it out on yourselves. So don't fall into the trap. Let it go. Stop all this nonsense about looking for reasons to be upset. Look for reasons to unite Americans, all Americans. and I don't even know how I got on this from baseball. Baseball is America's pastime. That's how we got into it. But we were talking about the New York Jets. The New York Jets are on the lips of everybody that has anything to do with football, the media capital of the world. I know how we got into now. In New York, because they got Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers was, one of the first things that they said on Hard Knocks was he came on, and I didn't even know it was Aaron Rodgers. He was in this huddle. There was some guy talking about, we're going to take this all the way to the Super Bowl. We're going to take this feeling. We're going to make this team proud. We're going to make the Jets proud of us, and da-da-da-da. And then they said, break. And they broke up. It was Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers talking about winning? They must be crazy. You got to be kidding me. What is this, a joke?
Oh, my God.
Aaron Rodgers, who wants to get paid, wants to get a new contract, has to get his contract renegotiated every 2 years.
Every 2 years?
Yeah, when another quarterback gets a higher deal, then all of a sudden he goes into a funk. He doesn't know if he really wants to play another year. He has to think about it during the offseason if he wants to continue his career. He's done this for the last 10 years.
He's not a fix for the Jets, man. Jesus Christmas.
So they gave him a new.
How old is Aaron?
40 years old. He's 40.
Come on, y'all.
And he don't look like Tom Brady 40.
No.
No,
he looks like who was the dude that played for New Orleans? Who was the quarterback?
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, a Brett Favre, man.
Brett Favre 40, Aaron Rodgers 40, throwing those
Hail Mary boy.
Wounded ducks, throwing those wounded ducks up there,
Guys,
football's flopping all over the place.
When our time comes, we gotta let it go.
Gotta let it go.
Stop trying to hang around forever.
Are you kidding me? They guaranteed him $56 million for this year. He ain't letting that go.
Well, he better take 1 year and get out, man.
He gonna play as long as they continue to pay. I know Aaron like the back of my hand. Aaron's all about the money. That's why I couldn't believe it when I saw it was him who was saying that. He's a great actor.
Aaron, go play some golf, man.
Yeah.
Go play golf.
Golf ain't paying. What's golf going to pay him?
Well, he already made enough money. But I hope he put his money away.
Wait a minute. You do know we're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Hey. I still see he's done some good stuff in the past, but that's the past.
How long ago was that?
Hey. It is time.
Let's Google Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. I'll just put Super Bowl next to it. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers was in the Super Bowl in 2010.
Oh, it's like 13 years ago.
And they barely beat the Pittsburgh Steelers at that time, who had Cordell. What was that guy's name that they had as the quarterback, that bum? They call him Flash.
I can't even think of.
Anyway, they got rid of him. They eventually got Ben Roethlisberger, and that ended up. And then they went back. They started going back to the Super Bowl then. But yeah, Cordell Stewart. I think they beat Cordell Stewart. That's how long ago that's been. Has it been that long?
Ben, you talk Ben with Steelers?
Yeah.
The Steelers wanted to join since then Doug Williams left. That year, them boys were rolling.
Wait a minute, Doug Williams didn't play for the Steelers. He played for Washington. No, he played for
He
Washington. No, he did not.
Yeah, he did.
No, he did not. But don't bet the house on it, but we'll look it up. Anybody else out there want to make some bets on this? I want to see what he did. You look up Mr. The guy you're talking about. I'm going to look up who the Steelers played in the Super Bowl. I know they played the Steelers. I'm going to know who was on the Steelers team. Steelers 2010.
Oh, yeah, he played for Redskins. My bad.
Yeah, well, Dougie played for the Redskins. And that was way back. We talking about the 80s. We talking
I
about way
remember
back.
that game, boy.
You were probably 16 years old.
That was the
Uh,
90s.
that was the 90s, was it?
Was it 90s?
No, that's 80s. '80s. Yeah. We talking about way back. It'd be Super Bowl, Packers, Steelers, two of the franchise teams of the NFL, the Steelers and the Packers. I think the Steelers had 4 Super Bowls at the time.
Yeah, he did it 86, 89.
Yeah.
I was in the military.
Yes, you probably in Knoxville, hanging out in Tennessee.
Now I was in Alaska by then, buddy.
Actually, the quarterback was Ben Roethlisberger, and I should have known that. Yeah, it was Big Ben, and he still lost. Yeah, these things happen. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is now the toast of New York. What do you think of that?
I think it's going to be really interesting to see how he handles if he don't mesh well with the team and they don't progress like he thinks they're going to. He might have to succumb to his age.
You kidding? Aaron will get hurt, and he was. What is that beeping coming from?
I tell your wife he's making cakes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, save one for me. But anyway, Aaron is going to go out on an injury because he ain't got no offensive line. So he's going to get hurt. And he's going to go out being injured sometime, let's see, 17 games. He's not going to last 17 games. By
So
the 10th game.
10?
Yeah, 10. He'll get 10 in. He'll get 10 in.
I say you'll get half the season.
He's going to get 10 in, and then he's going to go out and and then he'll be able to come back next year and, collect some more money, which, that's what it's all about. And then he'll bow out after this. After he gets beat up with the Jets for 2 years, he'll realize money ain't everything. Like he thought it was. He realized it's time to just get out of town, baby.
He can't take too many ice baths, man.
Oh, man. We talking about the Jets. The Jets. I can't believe all the people in that town who think that they're viable now or think that the team has a chance just because they picked up Aaron Rodgers.
Well, they're looking at it as the Tom Brady move because Tom Brady made his move to Tampa at the tender age of 40. So they feel like New York is always fighting with Boston. So they figured, okay, he went to Tampa, so maybe we can pull, Aaron over and maybe we can get the same success, except they don't have a Gronk and any of the parts that Tampa had in order to win that Super Bowl.
Tampa, I've seen quarterbacks lift their team. We've all seen that. Make their team. I mean, we really saw it with Tom Brady. I mean, it was exceptional to be part of the New England experience when Tom Brady was here, because it was like you always had a chance. It had to be like watching the Bill Russell and the Celtics or something, because as long as that team was out there, and to an extent, that 2008 team with Kevin Garnett, and when they had Kevin Garnett and probably there was always, but even more so with Tom Brady because it's such a brutal game. You can never count them out. No matter what is happening on the field, no matter how dismal or how bad it looks. And that didn't happen too many times. A lot of times they just went straight out. They were just, head and shoulders above when it came to execution. But when it did come to tough games, you still, just like the Atlanta found out in that Super Bowl, 28-3. And if you look like you got your foot on their neck, gosh darn it, jump up and down. Because if you give them half a breath,
you better not.
You better not.
They were gonna. He came with it. Every time he came to play, he came with it.
He came to win. So we've seen quarterbacks raise their team up. Doug Williams, when you talk about Doug Williams, he did that. Tom Brady, but I've never seen Aaron Rodgers raise his team up.
They always fought against them.
It seems to me.
Yeah. He probably was that doggone bad apple in the locker room too. He never really supported what was going on. That's what caused him to have so many bad games, man. You can't stop pointing fingers, man. You got to push people to continue to do better. And if you win together. Guess what? You also lose together. So there's no pointing fingers when you lose.
No, that's what you would think. It's not apparently. It's not what Aaron Rodgers thinks. As we remember that guy who's on one of the NFL shows, he says Aaron started pointing him out and saying, hey, you might want to pick this guy up in the offseason. He's like, why'd you do this? He says, well, my contract's coming up, and I know they can't afford the both of us. That's your quarterback telling you that.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
I'm gonna get so much money, it ain't gonna be nothing left for you. So you might start looking around for a fee. You might start looking around for another. This is your quarterback saying this to you. So imagine how it's feeding through the rest of the team.
Yeah, that's not good. So he could be a bad apple coming into the Jets as well. So
I don't know how he lasted this long. I mean, in terms of the way people talk in the NFL, they know this has happened. They know he's about the money.
Yeah. Yeah, what you gonna say?
Well, I don't predict much from the Jets. So I'm still thinking they're going to be it's going to be Buffalo, it's going to be Miami, then New England, and again, then the Jets.
Time will tell.
What do you think?
I can go with that. Buffalo still got some steam under their wings. Miami should come up a good bit this year.
If you know what, they should have went after Tom Brady.
Tom ain't got no more. Tom's done, man.
We're talking about Tua Tagovailoa, right? Wait a minute, you think he's more done than Tua?
Well,
you think he's more done than Tua?
He went out on the up, so
You think Tua Tags is a better quarterback than Tom Brady at 46?
No, but I just don't think. I don't think Brady's gonna do no more. I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think he's coming back. But if they could have got Tom Brady with Jalen Waddle out there and Tyreek Hill, all he had to do was throw the ball. Tua can't even do that.
Stay out of harm's way. Yeah.
He can't even stay out of harm's way. He can't even throw the ball further. I can throw the ball as far as Tua Tagovailoa can throw it.
Wow.
I can. And even at age 60 something, I'm not
sign you up. Sign you up.
No, because I wouldn't last 3 games of getting hit. One game in preseason, and I'm telling you, I'm all done. I ain't these 200-pound behemoths aren't chasing me. No, Johnny.
Hey, just fall down, man. Just fall down.
I've been throwing them, but they still hit you when you fall down. So I'm gonna throw the ball up in the air. Maybe they go after the ball, then I'll fall down.
Like the ball, man.
Yeah. I'll throw the ball at him, and then I'm falling down. Then you chase the ball. We can't have none of them. Man, them guys are huge.
Yeah. A lot of things go on once you hit the ground, too.
Eric, one guy can eat a whole turkey.
Oh, yeah.
At Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, that's what they do at that age, man.
I couldn't do it. Could you do it at age 24, 25, 28, a whole turkey?
Don't challenge me.
I'm just saying. These guys do it like they're eating a hot dog. I'm just saying. I mean, but anyway, my point is this. A 46-year-old Tom Brady is still better than a 20-something-year-old Tua Tags.
Yeah. What's our second-string quarterback? Was it Zig? What's his name?
We don't even know his name. We can barely remember the Patriots' first string quarterback.
Well, he did better than the first string quarterback when he was out. No, he's a third string.
Oh, that's even worse. Who was the second?
Oh, man, I don't know.
Was it Brian Hoyer?
No.
Not again, because he's been a second string quarterback for like 3 decades now. But anyway, whoever this second, you look it up and I'll just keep the conversation going. the first string quarterback, Macaroni Jones, who's really not that bad, except the Patriots suck as an organization right now. And he's battling against everybody in there. They had a defensive guy, Matt, I forget the guy's name, Joe Judge and Matt Patricia, running the offense. These were defensive guys who are now masquerading as offensive coaches for Mac Jones. Yeah. How much blame can you give Mac Jones when he's operating under defensive coaches who are, I don't even know how to put it. I don't even know if I can put it in any better than that. They're defensive guys who were told that they're going to be running the offense. These guys have never ran the offense before.
Because he didn't want to go spend no money, and as usual, the money was always his thing. He don't want to spend no money. He want to get within the organization and create people to do things that they don't do naturally.
No, right, they don't do that. And these two were recycled former coaches. Joe Judge was kicked out of the Giants, and Patricia was kicked out of Detroit. Each one of them left New England, and one went to Detroit as a head coach. The other one went to the Giants as a head coach, and then they were fired. And then, so Belichick can take him back with cheap money. And when he takes him back with cheap money, then he says, "Okay, well, you're gonna run the offense." These are guys who never ran an offense before. Mm-hmm. Not like they had a training session, like they did a year understudy work and then said, "Okay, no." Immediately, you're just going to run the offense. And they let them get away with it here. Nobody else could get away with this anywhere in the country. They would be fired. But Belichick is still the coach here. It's unbelievable. You talking about the Aaron Rodgers thing with Tom Brady? Aaron Rodgers priced himself out of Green Bay. He wanted to renegotiate his contract again 2 years later. Tom Brady just wanted $25 million a year.
Wow.
And Belichick says, we can't pay you that. No, matter of fact, he didn't even want 25. He wanted 20. He would have took 21, 22, something like that. Belichick says, we can't pay you that. He didn't even offer Brady a contract. Brady walked out of here. He was never offered a contract. He never put anything for him. Well, 21, 22, nothing. He says, go see what you can find out there. That was it. So Brady had to go.
That's Bill.
That was Bill.
The two quarterbacks now is Mac Jones and Bailey Zapp. Bailey Zapp, he's better than Mac Jones, I think. He sees the field better. He distributes the ball better, and he doesn't take no unnecessary chances that Mac does. No, he's not qualified to do.
Well, you're right. But you know what? Bill drafted Mac Jones number 10. And that's another aspect of Bill's personality.
Yeah. He wants to create everybody, recreate.
Yeah, he thinks he can create people, that he makes you. Like
he's the cloner.
He made Richard Seymour. He made Randy Moss.
Yeah.
He made Vince Wilfork.
Can you imagine Randy having Randy Moss and don't want to pay him?
We're talking about Bill Belichick.
Oh my God.
So Bill Belichick has always screwed every player that has ever played for him, from the lowest to the highest, Tom Brady. He will screw you over every time and wants all the credit. And they let him get away with it here in New England. I have no idea why. They seem to think that he's responsible for those 6 Super Bowls. Well, I got news for you. He was here 2 years before Brady got a chance. You know what they did? They lost. And now that Brady's gone, you know what they're doing? They're losing. The common denominator in the Patriots' success was a guy named Tom Brady.
Yeah.
On Monday, I'd be like, is it Friday yet? Monday night.
Yeah. Well, preseason's coming up. All you Patriots fans? Of which my son's still out. They get mad at me when I rail against the Patriots now, but we'll see what happens.
I'm still with him. We suck right now, but I'm still with him. I'm not going to jump the bandwagon.
If I was in Caesar's day, stick a fork in him. As long as they got Bill Belichick there, I don't want to watch him. I've watched that guy screw up more crap that people have had to save him from, and he just doesn't get it. Well, okay, listen, we won't belabor the point, but that's it. We had some baseball, we had some football. The Jets are the toss of the town for the NFL. Tim Anderson probably is going to get injured this year and not have to play, so he doesn't have to trot out there, because every time he goes out there, it's going to be somebody in the stands saying, duck, duck. It's going to be painful for him.
Yeah. So we'll watch see what these preseasons do for football, and as we prepare and get ready for NBA, whatever else is going on out there, we'll talk about it.
Kristaps
subscribe,
Porzingis, Jalen
reach
Brown's
Check
supermax
us out.
contract. Yeah, but we're going to talk about what's happening there. But other than that, we wish everybody well. Remember, Americans unite. You got anything to say on that, Mr. James?
Hey, we gotta. Together we stand, divided we fall. So we gotta
Let's start
stand for
making this-
something, or you stand for nothing.
Let's start making this work. All of us. Let's start making this work.
That's it.
That's it.
You guys have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us on Amazing Grace Sports Network. As always,
We are here, as always. We didn't do a
Love,
word of the day. What should have been the word of the day? Rats.
love, peace, and happiness.
But that's 3 words. Love, but 3 words of the day: love, peace, and
One
happiness.
phrase,
America.
one phrase.
Let's go get it done.
That's it.
Can you hear the music?
Nope.
How about now?
Yep.
All
okay.
right. All right. Cool. All right. We're gonna fade out with that one because I can't hear it, and I'm dependent on you to guide me through.
Good.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace. Have a good one.